I'll give you an additional, or like take it as a fun one, which I'll give where you can create your own audiobook. Okay, you can't include it in your system, or you can't include in a virtual one, but whenever you want to hear a PDF file to, or telling or something, then you can use this audiobook one. So yeah, so this is the PDF which I have, suppose. So now I will take this PDF, and so this is the code. This is where my code is here right now. So I'll just paste it here. Now I can't include that audiobook here because it's an additional one. So I'll be giving a new script. I'll be putting a new script. So new, a Python file. So I'll just name it as a book, audiobook. So my new audio from my audiobook new script has been ready. So I'll be just waiting for you guys to download it and put in the same folder. Once you done it, please let me know. I'll tell you why I made you two guys to do it in the same folder. So before we start, now I'll be first importing Python TTSX3. Now another important library or module you can say. So pip install by PDF2. So yeah, it's not there for me. It's installed right now for me. So for you guys also, just check whether it's there or not. And if it's not there, install it and then import that also. So import by PDF2. And after this, obviously we need to have a Pi audio, which we won't directly use, but it's indirectly used a lot. So import Pi audio. So totally we are using three libraries for this Pi audiobook. So I hope everyone is clear up to here. So after installing three modules, now the PDF which is sent, or the which I will store it is the PDF which is sent, the variable I'll put it as a variable called open sample PDF. So you can see when I was typing sample itself, already got sample.pdf, because what how the PyCharm or how Python initially works is if it's in the same folder, it automatically goes through that path first. Or else if you're putting it in any other folder, then again you need to put the whole path, and then you need to open, like we done for the application part. Like if you for opening Visual Studio Code, we went the whole path and then we open the application, right? In a similar way, what we need to do, again we need to go to the like the path of the PDF, and then we need to do. So to make the things easy, what I done, I put it in the same format, I mean in the same folder, and then I I made a script in the same folder so that it opens easily. So defaultly it will do. That's the reason why the notes is also saved in the same folder, because defaultly it assumes that's a folder where it need to save anything, or that's a folder where it can get anything. That's how the Python works. So that's the reason why notes are saved in the same folder, and that's the reason why I made the sample also the same, save in the same folder. Now, after opening this, I want this to be read in RB format. What RB? RB is read in binary format. They used R, that means read. We use W, which is write, and here RB also. R is read in binary format. Now, suppose a variable called PDF reader is there. What PDF reader does, from by PDF2, it opens the PDF file and it reads it. What is a PDF file here? It's book. Got it? So why what is PDF reader? Now, after reading from by PDF2, what it does is pages. It will get all the pages. So those pages will be stored in the variable called pages. So yeah. So this is a variable, and those variable is the pages which you got while reading the book. Okay, so PDF reader is the book which after reading the format or the complete book extraction, what the extracted you get, the extracted output after reading the book, that in that it will only take the pages part and it will be storing in the form of variable called pages. So PDF reader is this, whereas book is the PDF. So you see how these three are interconnected, right? Now it will print how many total number of pages are there. So once you start the PDF, it will directly print how many pages are there. Now, so you remember I used engine is equal to pyttsx3 dot init. You remember this the first command which I told. So here once again sapify the driver or API key. So okay, now if you want, see defaultly, you know very well if defaultly a computer always takes any value. If defaultly either 0 and 1 index are there, so automatically takes 0 as the index. So if you want to change, you can put it as 1. I'll go with the David also. It's not a problem for me. So I'll go with David. If you want to change to 0, then try it out yourself because I already told how to do it. So you can do that. Now if I don't want to change, you can go this way. Now after the engine is taken, now print playing. So it will say playing, but what it's playing I'll tell. So the page, another call, the page, that means from which page it need to start reading. This particular PDF has only one page, those are fine. But if there is a PDF which is having a number of pages, but from which page you want it to start. So further, PDF reader dot get page. So now remember this carefully. I already told you the indexes, or in the computer language, the indexes or anything starts from 0, right? So the first index is stored as 0, whereas the second index is stored as 1. If there is a third index, then it will be stored as 2. In the similar way, the first page will be stored as 0. The second page will be stored as 1. The third will be stored as 2. So the first page only, there is only one page. So I wanted to read from the first page. So that's the reason I put it as 0. Got it? If you put it as 1, it shows an error because there is no one page. That means there is no second page. It's only one page, the first page. Then that's index is 0. So I put it as 0, and then I want the text to come out. What is the text from the page? That means the first page. Whatever you read, you need to extract page dot extract text. So what this particular command does is, so in that page, whatever the text is there, it will be extracting the whole thing, and it will be stored in the variable called text. Now, so there I say engine dot say audio, right? So if you remember, I say audio there. So here I'll just say text. After speaking, I'll tell it to run and wait. That's all. So I think 15 lines of code done a pretty good work using. It will do there's a pretty good work for using this command or to open an audiobook. So I think everyone are clear with these 15 lines of code, right? I hope everyone are done with the code. So now I'll try to run and see the text at once. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So now I'll try to run.
Type and scrambled it to make a type specimen book. It has survived not only 5 centuries, but also the leap into electronic typesetting, remaining essentially unchanged. It was popularized in the 1960s with the release of letraset sheets containing lorem ipsum passages.
So yeah, now we don't want to hear the whole para or the whole text. Okay. So I think this until here it works.